Everyone, all the amazing people today here with us. Like we have the Tech Spark Pitch Fest competition winners and the upcoming future billionaires. That's what I predict. Great to meet you all.
Thank you
Yep,
so much
great
for
to meet
having
you.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
You can introduce about yourself, like
Right.
what you do, where you're from.
Yeah. Hello everyone, this is Prasanna Kadambi. I'm the CTO and co-founder at QuickTrans.
Hi, I am Pranay Lunia, the CEO and co-founder at QuickTrans Hyperloop.
Hello everyone, this is Karthik. I am the COO and co-founder at QuickTrans Hyperloop. I look after the infrastructure and Hyperloop sector basically.
Absolutely, that's so amazing. See, I have only heard of that concept called like Hyperloop by Elon Musk, and you are the other person from India. I have never seen anyone talking about that because I truly believe the transportation problem. Many people want to go in a bus. First, people used to go in bullock cart or like on the horse, and now people have going in the trains or like flights. Now, why it is so important for this radical transformation, right? Like, why should somebody start using Hyperloop instead of trains or even aeroplanes or private jets?
Right. So I think there has been a huge gap between intercities, short haul cities, let's say Pune, Mumbai, or Bangalore, Chennai,
Yep.
where you have a lot of transportation methods, but due to traffic congestion, you are still taking 5 hours, 6 hours to travel between those cities. And between those cities, there is no alternative option to travel at a fast pace. You'll see in countries like Japan, Europe, there has always been high speed railways which travel at more than 200, 300 kilometer per hour, but that has never been the case in India. So I think this huge gap has to be somehow taken care of, and this is what we are doing at Hyperloop.
Absolutely. And what is basically the technology involved in like this Hyperloop?
So basically, Hyperloop is a more of a tube transport kind of a mechanism, wherein there is a tubular enclosure that essentially has a partial vacuum or near vacuum in which the vehicle or pods are traveling in a guided manner. So these tubes provide a dedicated pathways for these vehicles to move. Moreover, since these vehicles are moving contactlessly, so essentially you are eliminating any sort of rolling friction that hinders you to go at very high speeds. So the combination of both these phenomena as well as utilization of the technology in order to implement this is somewhat what helps us to dream about traveling at speed of sound maybe someday. Yeah.
Absolutely. What are the advantages and disadvantages of like Hyperloop?
Uh, in terms of if you talk about the advantages itself, definitely it is going to be more of dedicated mode of a transportation which allows you to travel between cities very seamlessly.
Yep.
Other than that, there is a very interesting concept, something called as satellite cities, which can be implemented as well. So essentially you don't necessarily need to be in Pune in
Yeah.
order to work in Pune. You
Absolutely.
can stay in Mumbai, you can work in Pune, you can move you can move past between the two cities very seamlessly.
Right.
Moreover, there can be smaller cities set up between these routes as well, and allows you to work and travel very freely. The disadvantages, if I speak about, since it's a very capex heavy infrastructure that needs to be developed, and it requires a lot of assistance, a lot of collaboration in terms of industries, government partners to come in, funding partners to come in. So there's necessarily a challenge around that in terms of there's no standardization framework as well that has been developed yet, but we at Quintrans are heavily bullish on that standards are something that can be developed because it's an amalgamation of different technologies. So if you look at aircraft industry or you look at railways industry, so we have bits and pieces of each and every features incorporated into this. So definitely it's going to be a game changer in that fact. Yeah.
Absolutely. And when it comes down to cost, right? Like, how much does it cost actually to have something like Hyperloop?
So to give you a rough idea about how much a
You
per
can little bit
kilometer,
come in the way.
yeah, sure.
So,
So to give you a rough idea about how Hyperloop per kilometer cost will go around will be roughly around 150 crores.
okay.
So if you compare it with the high speed railway networks right now which are being currently developed in India, so those costs go up to 220 crores or something like that per kilometer.
Hmm.
So but in Hyperloop there are various advantages as it's an enclosed environment. We don't need to extend our land acquisition cost as much as the high speed railways.
We don't need like that metro so much of space for
Yes,
those
yes,
things.
yes, exactly. So it's an enclosed structure, so the land acquisition cost gets reduced. We are also working on different innovative materials to bring down the infrastructure cost as well. So it will go roughly around 150 crores, like for a year. But then again, a deeper study needs to be done, and the actual cost, I guess, will know once.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And how did y'all get this idea, right? Like Hyperloop, when everybody's just thinking about trains or like aeroplanes. Yeah.
We started way back in 2018. At that time, we were studying about Hyperloop, and we were just fascinated like what the technology was, and we wanted to understand how it works. At that time, it was just an engineering project, but working on it for 2 3 years, we realized that India is in dire need of this. So that's how we jumped on to making this from an engineering project to a startup.
Amazing. Because this is such a futuristic idea and radical, because typically not everybody talks and they call you like the top 1%, the crazy guy when you talk to someone, right? Going at 1,000 kilometers per hour. Hey, what the hell are you speaking, right? How did you face the society, like, because while you're starting out, so many will be like non-believers, right? How is it possible? How can you do it? Right? How did you face with all those kind of
So
things?
initially, of course, there was a obstacle in terms that explaining people what Hyperloop was. In fact, even our professors, university professors, were not sure how this works. So it, of course, it was a speed breaker, you could say. But slowly, when we try to explain like how it works, what the fundamentals are, people start to accept it, and people start to realize that this is something that is required. And with the ecosystem getting such a huge boost, people now are very positive about such developments happening in the country.
Absolutely amazing. I truly believe, because even my mentor Naveen Jain, who is planning to go to the moon, like Moon Express, he thought imagination is the most important thing, like insanely curiosity. That's what one trait I see in every one of you is like that, the curiosity and that passion and optimism. Right? How did you all meet? I believe like you guys are so young, maybe in your engineering college.
Yeah.
Don't tell the real story.
So we like all four of us were from the same university. We started as engineers, and we, as I mentioned, the engineering project, we all were together. So
Okay.
that's how we started, and that's how we worked as a company as well.
Absolutely, that's amazing. That's what I truly believe all the engineers have to learn to build something so great and meaningful. Because usually many people buy some projects, do something just for the sake of marks or like just for doing something, right? Doing something, solving a big painful problem, and doing something which is going to uplift the humanity, right? Which can solve not just a local problem, like globally also, right? And what are you guys looking for now? Are you like bootstrapped, or like are you looking for like funding from companies?
So right now, the total amount we have is we have raised it from government schemes, and of course we have some put in our own money as well. But we are raising funds for now and looking for external investors also.
Absolutely amazing. Where are you guys based on right now?
So we are based out of Pune.
Okay, y'all have your office, everything in.
So we have some industrial partners who are providing us working space as well as manufacturing space.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing. And for all the people who are waiting for the Hyperloop, right, in India, when do you think, when do you predict in the next how many years? Like just like how people go in the local train in the Mumbai, right? Like that, when can we all go in that?
So if everything turns out to be really optimistic, so maybe 6 to 7 years down the line.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Right? Anything like you want to tell to the people about like the Hyperloop, why they have to get adopted to that like in the coming few years?
Yeah, I mean, the technology is very groundbreaking, as a matter of fact, and we, with the kind of developments that has been so far till the time right now, the technology is at a scale that it can be implemented, it can be done. The basic understanding is to know how it needs to be implemented, working with the government in order to do so. The one point I would like to mention to everyone is that that this is India's decade. Certainly, there's a huge growth story that is coming up and is unfolding in front of our eyes. We saw how the software and service industry greatly changed in terms of our global partnerships as well, in terms of companies flowing to India, and with the kind of talent that we have. Certainly, deep tech and manufacturing is going to be that next boom, and we believe that it's going to be a more larger impact one. So certainly there is a lot of promise that is to be there in terms of the landscape in India, and we believe that all the ones who are watching this video would certainly be motivated and would go out of their comfort zone and try to do something very meaningful and that impacts a huge amount of lives. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And how can people reach out to you all if they want to become part of your team or like support in your mission, vision, or like anything, right? How they can reach out to you?
So we are currently actively looking for people who are very much motivated to do or very much excited to carry out projects like these. We have certain projects that we keep on working with on a contractual basis. Even we are also looking for full-time employees as well. So you can always go to our LinkedIn page and you can LinkedIn handle and follow us. For the people who are based out of Pune, Maharashtra, in the regions of Mumbai as well, we are based out of Pune, and we have offices there. We have manufacturing setup over there. We'd love to host you and have your discussions. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. It was super amazing to meet you.
Thank you.
Meet you soon again one day.
Thank you.
In the Hyperloop, probably y'all can show me the tour in the upcoming 4-5 years. I can just imagine everything is possible because the word impossible itself says I'm possible.
Yeah.
Right? And yep.
That's a nice way to end the note. Yeah. Thank
Have
you.
a great day, guys. Bye bye. See you.